All right, let's jump straight into this explainer. We're going on an immersive exploration of what is, without a doubt, one of the most staggering cinematic architectural monoliths on Earth. Just imagine a structure that completely redefines the very limits of personal wealth and ambition, rising up like this giant glass and steel titan right above the bustling streets of South Mumbai. This is a private residence valued at a breathtaking $2 billion. Just let that number sink in for a second. $2 billion. We're talking about a valuation that literally eclipses the GDP of several small nations, all poured entirely into a single family's private domain. And it spans an immense 400,000 square feet. To put that into perspective for you, you are looking at an expanse roughly the size of 7 American football fields. Now, imagine stacking all 7 of those on top of one another. All of this jaw-dropping luxury is meticulously organized across 27 soaring floors. So, this isn't just a house. It's a hyper-customized vertical city built for exactly one family. Let's explore what actually goes into the most expensive private home on the planet. Section 1, the billion-dollar vertical city. Let's start by unpacking the sheer, mind-boggling scale of this residence, which belongs to Mukesh Ambani, the chairman of India's conglomerate giant Reliance Industries. On a global scale, Antilia is officially the world's costliest private home. Literally the only residence on Earth valued higher is Buckingham Palace, sitting at an estimated $5 billion. But, and here is the really crucial distinction, Buckingham Palace is a crown property, right? It's heavily subsidized and historically accumulated over generations. Antilia, it's 100% private, self-made kingdom. Moving to Section 2, Architecture of the Gods, because beyond the financial shock value, the building itself is an absolute masterpiece of design. You might hear 27 stories and immediately think of a standard high-rise apartment building, but Antilia reaches an astonishing height of 568 feet. How? Well, every single floor features extra high ceilings. So this 27-story home actually equals the height of a standard 60-story skyscraper. It creates this wild visual illusion that just completely dominates the Altamont Road skyline. And this is where modern engineering flawlessly meets ancient tradition. Designed by the Chicago-based architectural firm Perkins & Will, the cantilevered structure is actually built to survive an earthquake measuring a massive 8 on the Richter scale. It's built like a bunker. Yet despite this industrial strength, the interior logic is governed by Vastu Sastra, an ancient Indian architectural philosophy meant to bring harmony to a space. The entire design aesthetic is unified by these beautiful, recurring motifs of the lotus and the sun, meticulously crafted from marble, mother of pearl, and precious stones. Okay, Section 3, a tour of infinite luxury. Let's step inside this fortress and see what's really going on. Imagine walking in and stepping into one of 9 high-speed elevators, each one dedicated to a different group, like guests, staff, or family. The first 6 floors, they are purely dedicated to automotive infrastructure. It's a colossal garage holding 168 cars, housing the Ambani's collection of supercars like the Maybach 62 and bulletproof Mercedes. Floor 7 is an exclusive private car service station. Move up to Floor 8, and you enter the recreation zone, complete with a private 50-seat cinema, dance studios, and multiple swimming pools. But honestly, perhaps the most jaw-dropping feature is this next one. Mumbai summers are brutally hot and humid, often pushing 40 degrees Celsius. To combat this, Antilia has its own dedicated snow room. The walls actively dispense synthetic snowflakes, creating a literal Antarctic winter wonderland inside the tower. It completely defies the tropical reality happening just outside its windows. And when it's time to entertain, the Ambanis use their grand ballroom. Get this, a staggering 80% of the ballroom ceiling is covered by massive, intricate crystal chandeliers. Paired with warm pastel and golden tones, it creates this glowing canopy of light that feels impossibly grand, yet somehow elegantly serene. But seeing all of this, the snow rooms, the high-speed elevators, the massive chandeliers, it begs an obvious, highly practical question. How on earth do you power a vertical city? Which brings us to Section 4, Powering the Giant. Let's pull back the curtain on the invisible machinery required to run this place. So, the crucial point here is grasping the sheer, staggering scale of energy consumption. Reports indicate that Antilia consumes over 637,000 units of electricity a month. That translates to an estimated monthly power bill of 70 lakh rupees, or about 84,000 US dollars every single month. That monthly electric bill alone easily surpasses the entire annual salary of many top-tier corporate executives. What's really fascinating is where all that power goes. Antilia doesn't use standard window AC units that would ruin its sleek facade. Instead, it uses a highly advanced centralized climate control system. But here is the crazy twist. The system is largely programmed to automatically maintain the perfect temperature to protect the delicate marble, the rare flowers, and the luxury decor. There's actually a viral story of an actress freezing during a shoot inside the house, only to be told the temperature couldn't be changed manually. Why? Because the AC serves the building's materials first, not human comfort. Section 5. The Invisible Army. Because a machine this massive requires way more than just electricity to keep running. The resident-to-staff ratio here is just wow. Antilia was built to house exactly 5 people, Mukesh, his wife Nita, and their 3 children. Today, with marriages, that number has grown slightly. Yet, to maintain this 27-story palace, there is a dedicated full-time staff of 600 people. 600! In fact, an entire floor of the skyscraper is dedicated solely to housing and managing this massive support team of chefs, cleaners, plumbers, and security personnel. And because the Ambanis require Z+ level security and absolute 5-star hotel standards, you don't just apply for a job here. The recruitment process is fiercely competitive. Candidates must pass intense written exams and multiple interviews. Even dishwashers are rigorously screened, and chefs must hold recognized culinary degrees. But in return, the staff receives incredible corporate-level perks, including high-end medical insurance and monthly salaries that completely rival high-ranking corporate professionals. Section 6. Beyond the Ivory Tower. The story of the Ambani real estate empire certainly doesn't end in Mumbai. To understand this global expansion, we kind of have to look back. In the 1980s and 90s, the entire extended Ambani family lived together in a 14-story shared building called Seawind in Colaba. It wasn't actually until 2011 that Mukesh's branch of the family officially moved into Antilia. But by 2021, having totally conquered the Mumbai skyline, the family set their sights on a massive global expansion. And what an expansion it's been. Ambani's recent international portfolio acquisitions are staggering. He purchased a breathtaking beachfront villa in Dubai's Palm Jumeirah for 640 crore rupees, literally setting real estate records in the region. He bought the historic Stokes Park estate in London for 592 crore. That's a 300-acre property famous as a filming location for James Bond movies. And most recently, he acquired a vacant luxury building in New York's elite Tribeca neighborhood for 153 crore. But you have to realize these aren't just vacation homes. They are strategic assertions of global influence. As Reliance Industries stated regarding the London purchase, the goal is to expand the footprint of India's famed hospitality industry globally. The Ambani family is effectively taking the boundless opulence they perfected in Antilia and exporting it as a symbol of India's rising economic superpower status. Which brings us to a final thought for you to ponder. When you build a $2 billion, 27-story fortress equipped with snow rooms, 600 staff members, and materials so precious the building cools them before it cools you, does it represent the absolute pinnacle of human ambition? A true testament to what phenomenal business success can build? Or, by creating a completely self-contained, insulated vertical city, does it ultimately isolate that ambition from the real world turning below? It's a fascinating paradox to consider the next time you look at a city's skyline. Thanks for joining me on this explainer. I hope you found it as mind-blowing as I did.